Okay, we're in summary statement 5, activity 1, and we're looking at another series circuit here. Um, the way that I've got this set up is lamp 1, 2, 3, and 4, and back to the voltage source. This is going around the outside edge here, and I've got it open right now, but I'm going to go ahead and close this, and you can see that all the bulbs light at the same time, or it appears anyway at the same time. So the question for this particular activity is that what happens with the charge? Does it light this bulb before it lights the rest of them? And then as soon as the charge builds up enough, it then lights this one. After the charge builds up enough, does it then light this one, so on and so forth? Well, at least to the human eye, it doesn't appear that way. I mean, this bulb and this bulb nearly light up at exactly the same time. I mean, it's very difficult. So if I was to create another pathway and light it up, yeah, now these two light up. So why is that? Well, I guess the charge has a choice to go through 4 bulbs, 4 resistors, or if it follows this pathway, it only goes through 2 resistors. So it chooses to go through 2 resistors instead of 4 resistors. That's why these 2 bulbs don't light. And in fact, if we leave them lit, or leave this connected, they never light. Turns out that the current is always going to choose that over top of the 4. There's another thing to think about, and that is what happens if we hook this to a capacitor in between instead of just a conductor. And in this case, when we light it, something interesting happens. You can see that the 2 bulbs initially light, just as if these 2 conductors were connected together. But then, over time, these 2 bulbs also light. And that must mean that electricity that was going through here is suddenly not being forced through here anymore, but is rather being forced through here, as in our original circuit. So why is that? Well, we do know from previous labs that when we connect a lamp to a capacitor, that it lights momentarily and then goes out. And that's due to the fact that the capacitor, once it's charged, the pressure going in and the pressure going out are equalized. So when that happens, no charge will flow. So that takes away one of the choices for the charge. It can no longer go through here. It has to be forced to go through here. So there is a timing involved with lighting these bulbs. The timing is that these 2 will light first, and then when the capacitor is fully charged, it'll shut off this pathway, essentially forcing the charge then to go through the other bulbs. Right, hopefully that was all I needed to explain for this particular part of the lab.